All welcome to the training of trainers workshop for skills acquisition in construction trades. This is the North Central region, the first part of the North Central under FCT, Niger, and Kogi State. Welcome our guests who have honored us today, and to also open this program for us, because this first part of this program is the opening ceremony.
It's my pleasure to welcome all of you to this event at the Training of Trainers, sponsored or jointly organized by CORBON and NSIO under the Empower program. It's been quite some years since anything about skills training took place. Those are the years of the trade test. If I remember from my memory school, well, the last training that took place was around 1963, when there was a skill training, when there was a question what we call the NSO, when there was the nose was prepared. It was way back 1963. And at that time, the nose that was developed were mostly being how to make pancake, bakery, and so on. Nothing to do with construction at all. Now, I believe this is the first time that the government took the bull by the horns, and CORBON being recognized by the National Board for Technical Education, NBTE, as the sector skill empowered for the training and retraining of artisans in the construction sector. Now, the office of the presidency thought it wise to collaborate with CORBON and come up with the upskilling of our youth in order to boost employment and wealth creation. It is that spirit that I think all of you are chosen to come for the training of trainers, which at the end we will now go and impart to be the new trainers of artisans. Now, as the MC said, it's taking place simultaneously all over the country. It took place, I was in Kaduna yesterday for the Northwest Zone, which started and is still going on today. Now we are having this one in Abuja, and it's taking place at the same time in the Southwest and Southeast as well. So you can see it's a national program, which is at the end of it, by the end of this year, hopefully we will target more than 50,000 artisans to be trained in various fields. So you could imagine what wealth can create of those people who are unemployment can be reduced if you have 50,000 trained artisans who can now go out with a certified skill to go and contribute to the quota in the nation. Without much saying a lot, it's my pleasure, and I would suggest or advise all of you to pay attention, because this is practical and it's skill-based. Whatever you are being told, what you are going to go and teach the younger ones. It is being said that a grade A teacher will only produce grade B students. If you don't learn and you happen to be grade C, I wonder what student you are going to teach. So I always advise that you please pay attention, because these are the basic rudiments of what is internationally accepted. This is the training that you're going to undergo is going to be, once we are certified, assessed and certified, I assure you can go to Ghana, to all the neighboring countries with that, and it is accepted, and you'll be qualified to work as that person. So I urge you to please pay attention and have a keen interest in all that you're going to be taught for today and tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Zonal coordinator and the immediate past president of Nigerian Institute of Building, my president, Builder TB Shaibu, FNIOB, a man I call so many names, my former Honorable Minister of Sports, my past president NIOB, past president Association of Professional Bodies of Nigeria, and past, there's no past honorable, Honorable Balaka Oje, my brother, immediate past registrar of CORBON and council member, and senior builder, Builder Opaluwah, the Honorable Vice Chairman of Abuja branch of NIOB, the lead facilitator and facilitators of the North Central Zone program of the End Power Build, distinguished participants, the press, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Zonal coordinator and the immediate past president has clearly given us a roadmap. I stand here on behalf of the president, the chairman of Council of Registered Builders of Nigeria, who I deputize for, and also in my capacity as the chairman of the technical committee putting in place this program nationally to welcome you to this very important session. It's a short session today and tomorrow, but we expect it to be highly impactful. And a number of you may realize that, as the immediate past president said, it's been a long time that technical instructors will gather together to be able to brainstorm on upscaling the capacity and skills of our artisans in the country. On behalf of Council, I wish to thank the federal government of Nigeria through the NSIO office and the End Power Build facilitators who have given CORBON the opportunity to do what we have always wanted to do. And I want to say that all of you here who are center trainers, we congratulate you, because you are coming at a time when you are key in history making. What this program intends to do is to reverse the trend in skill acquisition by artisans in the construction sector of this country. And you are the foot soldiers that will ensure that the federal government objective is achieved. And so I congratulate you. And I want to let you know that we in the Council of Registered Builders of Nigeria are committed to ensuring that this program achieves the desired objective. Why? Because we are the eventual beneficiaries of the skills that we are going to transfer. Because our members are the builders that construct houses and all other construction facilitations in the country. And so if our workers are highly skilled, our artisans are skilled, then our supervision will be eased. We will not have much challenge in getting quality production out of the artisans. And you all agree with me that one of the challenges of our national experience today is that our artisans are not skilled enough. Now, this is the first phase, and it's a phase that if we improve, if we do the right things, which I trust, seeing the caliber of people that have registered and are here, if we go home, go back to our centers and do the right thing, there will be a change. Secondly, we are aware that there is high level of unemployment in our nation. Area of empowering our youth. So this program is not just a political program. It is a program that is meant to address a national challenge of unemployment and of skill acquisition. So what we expect from you is not that you have trained 100 people, 1,000 people. What we expect from you is the end product. That if you are producing masons, at the end of the program you are telling me you have given me 50 qualified masons, not 50 attendees. 50 people that can go on. Because again, as a continuation of this program, we are also working to collaborate with government to make sure that not only will they be skilled, they will be given means of livelihood so that they can contribute in the economy by way of either self-employment or being employed in other organizations. If they don't have those skills, there will be no sustainability. And so your responsibility first as a trainer, a center trainer, is that you will impart this knowledge. Secondly is the fact that this knowledge must be sustainable. And thirdly, it must produce result, because we want the national economy to be turned around. Every nation that faces economic challenges, the first area of reversing the trend is the construction industry. And you are going to train the tactical arm of the construction industry. So we trust that God helping you, you will be an agent of the history making of turning around not only our economy, but giving our young people skills for life, skills for sustainability, and skills to move our country forward. I thank you all, and I wish you a good program.
The people that know it, isn't it? Yes. A lot of expectations is on us. All this talk is to prepare your minds to what, not just yourself, not just your family, but also the nation expects from you.
Ladies and gentlemen, yes, my colleagues are here who are also members of the Nigerian Institute of Building Qualification Awarding Board. This awarding board essentially is to assess, just as rightly said, the product of what people will go to field. We have training centers, people who are going to be the trainers. As you train, we have assessors and verifiers who will conduct due diligence checks through the profiling and through the taking place. And at the same time, we'll be able to know whether those people are proficient enough as a plumber, or as a carpenter, or as a mason, or as a whatever skills that you may have imparted as a trainer. And if those people, they cannot be assessed well, which means people have not discharged your responsibility well. And this assessment has stages. When we go to the field to assess, the verifiers and assessors have been duly, certified, even internationally, because even my immediate past president, T.B. Shaibu, even apart from being a zonal coordinator, is an assessor. And all the other people that are talking, like Musa, like Abalaka, they are all verifiers. So somebody will assess first, another person will come and verify that what he assessed is true, is correct. And how do we assess? We assess the technical skills. We assess the documentation. We assess what you have to take, not your academic qualification. Because you don't need to be, you don't need to have degree to be able to impact knowledge when it comes to skills transfer. And by the time you do this one as a trainer, you also discover that you grow with the industry. Even if you have another background profession, you will be a serious authority in this area, of which you add value to our young youths who are not doing anything, or who are aspiring to be skilled as well. So please, your job is very, very much important. Very, very important. We want to be able to transfer the Council of Registered Builders of Nigeria wants to be able to have some significant impact on the skill base of Nigerians, and this is the only way it can be shown. And through you people, and because take for instance now, many of us that are here, including myself, I went for the trainers course. I cannot just be at the background and say I know what is supposed to be. I'm also I'm an assessor and also went to the fire program. So why are we doing that? We are doing that so that we'll be able to assess very well. And after that assessment, the Nigerian Institute of Building, through the recommendation of our board, we give you certification. It is that certification or certificate that you take to CORBON of the people you have trained for licensing And once it's licensed, that means across the borders, they know that it's an authority, as an artisan, or as a craftsman. So please, your job is so central to the development of Nigeria, not to yourself alone. And we can only judge you by what we are able to impact. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
So, please, the people who are anchoring this program have spoken to you. I am just here to show solidarity with you because I'm happy that you are the pioneers who are starting these things. And I will be happier if you end up being experts in teaching others what you have been taught because you are pioneers. So like my close friend here said, and also the chairman and the coordinator, it is what your understanding what is going to happen between today and tomorrow that will matter a lot in the knowledge you are going to impact to improve the skills of the other younger youth that are going to be trained by you. Because you are the trainers, you are the bosses. So you're going to impact knowledge in a larger number of our Nigerian youth. And that will help us because I know that all of you know that we have the dearth or the shortage of skills artisans. That's why most of the people who are working in our industry or in our private houses, they are either from Ghana or Togo or elsewhere in Africa. And I think that is a shame. We need to change that trend. Others should come and learn from us, not that they even have to come here and do what you are supposed to do, or do what our own youth are supposed to do. So I think this thought, the present administration, is the right step in the right direction. So my prayer is that you listen, that you understand, and you go next to impart the knowledge, you share the knowledge that you've got. I believe that will make our nation greater. Thank you very much.
Not leave here without having a word from our landlord. You know, we can't sneak in here. We have a representative who is also the vice chairman of the FCT chapter. He'll give us his word and we'll wind up and we're going to technical session program. Sir.
If you listen to the speech, the opening speech of the Honorable Bala Kaoji, he said he was called upon yesterday. And you see he's here this morning. So we have people that are passionate about our trades, about what we do. And so each time we run to them and say, sir, we need you now, they are always there for us. And sir, we appreciate your presence. Thank you so much for supporting us. Thank you so much for making us what we are today. Whatever our sitting down here today would not have been possible, it wouldn't have been possible without them. They have done a lot behind the scene, and that is why we are doing what we are doing, and even with the younger generation, we are striving to fit into their shoes. Coming back to the program itself, I'm a product of a technical institution also. And so back then, our motto is skills for self-reliance. It was only after when I left technical school that I realized that each time when you go for workshop practice, your instructor will always tell you and remind you of your motto, skills for self-reliance. But some of us do not really understand the implication of that statement back then. But today it is helping a lot of us. And so everything that will be done here and discussed here is all about skills for us to be self-reliant. And it is only when you can stand on your own that you can support somebody. And so it is difficult when you cannot stand on your own to support somebody else. And so we must first of all acquire these skills before we can pass it on to any other person. And so I welcome all of us to Abuja from the various states. I wish us a happy stay here and a fruitful training session. I wish to end my comment here by saying you are all welcome. Thank you so much.
Yes, I am privileged to be the coordinator of the northern region of this training of trainers. That's comprises of the North Central, Northwest, and also Northeast. I was in Kaduna yesterday to witness the opening ceremony of the Northwest Zone, and I can tell you from what I've seen yesterday and today, I'm very much satisfied. Definitely, this is a very good initiative by the federal government in collaboration with CORBON. And I think we are going to deliver beyond expectation. Yesterday, the attendance was full, and we are privileged to have the Executive Secretary of MPTE, who are the initiators of this NVQF program, for which the federal government is now also keen into. And the Executive Secretary, Dr. Samson was there to witness the opening ceremony, and he made a wonderful speech. And I think it's also encouraging, and that's why today also very much encouraging to see it taking place in Abuja. And I think by the grace of God, it will be a huge success at the end of this. And I'm sure what the trainers are going to learning, it would have a great impact on the artisans that are going to be trained in the future.
My name is Lawrence Gabriel. I'm a staff of System. System is Construction Skills Training and Empowerment Project. I'm also a certified quality assurance assessor, a certified quality external quality assurer in training, and then also an IV, that is internal quality assurance manager for System under the MVQ now NSQ qualification framework. Taking a cue from my own presentation, basically I want to introduce them to two papers actually I'm presenting. The first, I'm introducing them to training delivery. As trainers that they are supposed to be, they need to understand what they're supposed to deliver. If the delivery is watered down, the whole Empower initiative, the whole program would be, the objective wouldn't be achieved. So my own paper is first to prepare their minds on the concepts and methodologies of dealing with adults delivering training. Once that is done, the impact that we want, the overall impact is that at the end of the day, we should have a pool, a mass pool of over 20,000 artisans from this first circle who will be competent and deployed into the construction industry, thereby reducing unemployment and of course increasing our GDP. So once that is done, we are confident that this would improve the economy of the country. That is the first paper I'll be presenting. Now the second one is to give them a general orientation of how to deal with adults. This is also very important. But the overall objective is that this training for the Empower should be a success, and 20,000 people should be certified at the end of the day, competent and deployed into the construction industry.
Is to equip trainers with the skills that will enable them support learners. You will now understand in the course of training that in the new way of doing things, you are not only teaching the young people that you will be training, you are supposed to support them. You're supposed to mentor them. You're supposed to actually serve as a role model for them. So it's a completely different thing. Those days, you are just a teacher. If the student knows, you don't care. If he fails, you fail him. Abi? But in this MVQ, the mandate and the approach is completely different. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to support your learners to aspire to be self-sufficient, self-reliant, and be productive to themselves and the country. Now I want to also train the trainers on the need to serve, that's you people now, like I said, to serve as role models and mentors to these learners to help develop them to become well-trained and qualified artisans in the construction industry. So you see, the objective is quite different, like I said. What we used to have before is a situation where you just teach the students. Whether they know or they don't know is not your problem. The important thing is that you get paid for teaching. But in this case, in this new way of doing things, you must support those people to achieve their qualifications. In fact, if you have to even pay
out of your small legal income to support them, you have to do that. Because for those of us who acquire the trainings, the qualifications that we have to even support our learners in the course of carrying out assessment. We'll get to all that when we get there.
In the course of this discussion, you'll get to know the role that each of these people are supposed to play in the learning process of the people you'll be working with. Are we together? Yes. All of you here should understand the principles of learning and teaching. You should also understand training delivery methods. Like I said, what you will be doing with these trainees on this project. This number 2, very, very critical. And then thirdly, and if you wouldn't pay attention for the sake of number 1 and number 2, you need to pay attention for the sake of number 3. And what is number 3? Practically deliver instruction. So in this class today, after the whole instructions, after I do my own part, I'll nominate or pick a few people from amongst you. You come out here and assume that this is Empower Classroom. Assume that this is your training center. And I'll give you a subject, perhaps the one you are skilled in. So you class rep, you are missing? Electrical, good. So we'll now give our class rep the class to teach us electrical installation and assume we are all learners. Do you understand? So that is what we also want to do at the end of this class. Now, what is teaching? What does it mean to teach? All of us here wants to teach. You want to teach people, you want to instruct. What is teaching? Very quickly. Imparting knowledge. Another one.
For this context.
Okay, this context.
Out of imparting skill.
An act of imparting skills to the trainee. I think the same words, right? Imparting skills. Okay. What about learning? What is learning? Learning is understanding, okay?
Acquiring knowledge.
Acquiring knowledge. Learning. So, I need somebody to quickly tell us what is then the difference between teaching and learning? Are they one and the same thing? No. Too many people have been talking from this end. How far? What did they have for this side? Okay. Who wants to tell us a quick difference between teaching and learning? Any difference? Yes. You just said yes. Okay, let me hear you, sir. Mali, sir.
Teaching is a method where learning is received, that's acquiring.
Okay. Teaching is the method while learning is the process of acquiring. Okay. Any other suggestion? Okay. Yes. Let's hear you, sir.
Teaching is impartation.
Okay.
While learning is acquiring.
Now let me ask you, can you now give out what you don't have? It's not possible for you to give out what you don't have. Now learning itself is the activity. That one is in bold. Is the activity, that is the process. Right? Activity is very important. Now, from what we learned earlier on, andragogy is the act of teaching adults or adult education. Is that true? Now, we need you to understand that these people you are going to be meeting, to be transferring knowledge, they are not children. Right? Most of them are above 18. So we expect you to engage them more in activity. You understand? Practicals. In the course of the other slides, we'll see other activities that we can engage them to enhance the learning or the living process. You'll be using training materials in the course of this training. We are going to supply you with training materials, but basically, the training materials are going to have these constituents. Energizers. How many of us know what energizers are? Okay, let's do something very quick. I'll not give you. Not tablets. Okay, you know what disadvantage of being in class when the teacher knows you? You always want to pick you, you want to give an example of it. So, for this purpose, Mr. Iman, come forward. Who else is from Kogi? I need one representative from Kogi. Please, let's be smart. As trainers, you have to be smart. Yes, sir. Okay, just come. Which other zone are we in? Oh God, I love this man. God bless him. Just stand here. Just stand. Face the class. Let me know. There's one man I've been looking for. Yes, sir. Yes, I've been looking for you. And then man, just come. Very quickly. Just stand in front of, just after this. So this line of ties, this line of ties, and face the class. Any person, any zone that is not represented here, we have Kwali. Kwali is here. Niger is. Okay, Niger, somebody should come.
Look at Niger.
Are we balanced, sir? Are we balanced now? Okay, let's introduce you from Bari.
No Kubwa.
No Kubwa. No Kubwa. Kuba.
Kubwa still in general.
Okay. So we're not complete. She's on Bari, no problem, don't worry. I just want equal representation. No. Face the class. There's no Kwali here. Aha, that's right, you're welcome. Now, there's something we want to do very quickly, right? We are supposed to be trainers, or we're training to become trainers. Now, let's do something. Count from 1 to 10. Just say 1, 2, 3, 4. Continuously.
1, 2.
No, 1, 2.
1,
2. No, 1,
2. Direct 4, 5,
8. Good. So we have 8 of them. They can count at least from 1 to 8. Fine. So this is what I want you to do. Sir, you say 2, and then you skip 3. You say 4. After 4, you skip 5. So what will be the next one? After 6, what will be the next one? You all understand again? Yes. Good. So we're going to do it very quickly. So that is just an example of an energizer, right? So as trainers, you have to be very, not really intelligent. You should be able to have control over your class, right? Once you do this, people who are sleeping will have to wake up. Like I said, you can devise other kinds of energizers. You can ask 3 questions. For instance, sir, Christmas and New Year, which one comes first?
New Year.
New Year. Which one comes first?
New Year. New Year.
Thank you. So I'll leave that for you to write your answers. No, can I have your attention? Mr. Simon, you are paid 500 naira. So the next one is the session plan. I don't want us to take so much time. We'll come back to the session plan. That would be the major tool, the most important tool that all of you would be using in the course of delivering instructions. Are we together? So we'll come back to the session plan. You also have the syllabus. The syllabus tells you everything you're supposed to cover. Now you were given some booklets for your various grades. They are called NOS, National Occupational Standards. That is like a syllabus. It's a guide that tells you everything that the learner is supposed to know at the end of these 3 months. Are we together? Now, the participant handbook, that is the manual. We'll give manual to the trainees. You also have these manuals to use to deliver the instructions. We have a trainer's guide, we have assessment guide, multimedia. Earlier on, we're playing a video on plumbing. How many of us saw that video? I think during the tea break, right? Time will not allow us, but those kind of videos will be made available. Again, if they are not made available, as a trainer, we expect you to devise ways of enhancing the training at the center. So if you can download videos.
They arouse the trainees' interest by greeting them.
Okay.
Then the wrong aspect which are which needs to improve. Improvement. They couldn't tell us the ratio of cement and sand.
Please. Yes, continue. That's one.
And again, they couldn't face the class square. It was just the side.
Very good, sir. Thank you. Give him the mic. Has he said what he wanted to say?
Yes.
Okay, so we can give, sir, you can give him. Has he said what you wanted to say? So we don't stay so long.
Yes.
Okay. Let's put our hands together for them. Those are very, very good observations. True. He wasn't facing a class.
You are telling, remember I said that adults. And sir, can I shock you? There are people in that same class who have smartphones. Remember, they are not illiterate. They are not illiterate like you think. There are people who, while you say mortar preparation, they have already googled it. They know what they are reading it. So if you fumble in class, you have already lost it for the whole 3 months.
Like a tail, dovetail. You know dove? Tail. You know, it looks like V. So, and it has a socket. It's the same hole where you fix it, the same V. So when you fix it, it will lap together and become very strong.
Let's put our hands together for him. That was also very good. But again, you are the judges. Was that very competent? Is there areas in it you think as an instructor you need to improve on? Okay, sir. 2 things you have done correctly to motivate him, and then 2 areas you need to improve.
Thank you very much. At the beginning, he sounds very confident in introducing the topic. He did it very well. And the other side he has not done very well is that he now, the introduction of the distribution of a dovetail, there are some examples that he would have used that will go direct to tell the students exactly. Because I know dovetail, you use dovetail in simple drawers. The moment you mention simple drawer, if there's any drawer that you can remove and show them, look at the details that he's talking about, he will presently there. Thank you.
Let's put our hands together for him. Just to add to what he said, I think I like the fact that he was able to use where they got the real name, dove, tail. He asked the class if they knew what a dove is, right? He tried to relate it to the real thing, dovetail. But that's just an addition. I really like that what you did. But in class, like I said, try to look around you. There's a lot around you can use to instruct, right? And I hope you can draw a dovetail.
In fact, that is what I wanted to talk to you, just as I was raising my hand. You see, the first skill of a very good teacher is to use illustration to explain what you want. People find it very easy to understand things if you can sketch it.
Yes, sir. You give me a topic when I was already there. Assuming I'm in my...
You're a teacher. Anything you're given, you should know how to do it.
Okay.
That demonstration that there was no way he can...
No, we are not saying do it. Okay. But you can say, well, you see, if you want to draw, let me show you an example of how you can draw a dovetail. You know, we are not saying do it, but you know, there are other ways you can also, just like you give example of drawers. The truth is that the carpenters that we produce now don't know how to do dovetail.
Difficult.
It's that's why I choose dovetail for it, because it's one of the most difficult joints to produce in terms of anybody who is a carpenter knows that. So a lot of the younger generation carpenters run away from doing it. But you should as much as possible illustrate and look for sketches, diagrams, things that people can physically see, that it will be easy for them to quickly understand.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for this contribution.
We try to look for an example so that you're not just talking and students will not be wondering, you know, what is this man talking about? Once they leave the class, you know, the way, one of the things he mentioned, the things you see, he showed an example of a research that was done that shows that the things you see are the things you keep more. That is the things you are told. And the things you're told. Even than the things you're told. Because the things you're told can come in and escape. But the things you see physically, and you feel physically and you touch, and things that actually last longer in your memory.
Basically, we are here for the training of trainers to prepare us for the Empower Build in respect to training artisans and empowering them so that they will be able to go out there and be self-employed and also make money and add to the economy of Nigeria. Basically, the program has really enlightened me so much and has given me an insight about how I should be able to transfer knowledge to artisans and also make them become self-confident in respect to the training we'll be giving them, because if you don't give out what you have, then the artisans will go out there and they will not be complete enough to be able to self-employed, and they will not be able to impart to the society very well. So they have trained us, and I've learned so much about how I can be able to offer training in a most effective and efficient way, so that the trainers themselves will just go back and understand the fact that yes, what I have learned today is basically what is a replica of my role model, who are the trainers, who are we ourselves are training them. So I really appreciate God, because what I get here today is enough for me to be able to move to the higher level during my training process. Thank you very much.
My name is Awal Ibrahim. Studied plumbing and piping fittings at the Sahara Study Center, Abuja, which I have been working with Nestle Company, Abuja Area Council. I am very appreciative on the trainees and other explanations they give to us here, in order to make sure that we impacted this particular knowledge given to us here to the trainees that are going to post it to our centers, in order for them to acquire the skills of themselves in order to have this quality assurance of their skills.
From TIC Mina. We are here, my trade is paint technology and production, and then painting applications. Now, where I have learned a lot. In fact, I've gained so much, and experiences that I have not actually gotten all this while, some of the areas in the safety tips and all that. So we have actually gained a lot, and with this that we've gained, we are going to impact our training outside this, and then it will now increase the level of efficiency and then make everything that we are going to do standard.
The good thing about it was was able to frame our minds, give us a framework in which we are supposed to deliver training, and also the way we are supposed to handle those trainings and the standards, because they give us a day-wise timetable we are supposed to follow. They give us an ethical training also, which we are supposed to pass across to the students. So those